Literally, I know a lot of you guys that watch me just got through watching Santana, Skylar Santana. Great show, by the way, brother. Um, bro, you had me fired up with the conversation, man. And we're gonna get into it. This will be the first time that you'll see me start without a watch. But I will have a watch on before the end of this live. Hadn't decided what I want to wear this morning. I will show you what I had on this morning. Had this on right here, my Hamilton, and then I switched out for what I think I'm going to wear for the rest of the day is my Islander piece. But we'll get into all of that, man. My man Skyler was like, "Yo, Trap." He said this during his live. He said, "Trap, you got to find somewhere or have security with you, man, because as of late, I've been interrupted on my lives, man, by people, man. What's up, Wild Thizzle, man? What's going on, brother? I've been interrupted, man, by certain people, man. Just some unsavory characters, man, just coming up, just saying anything, doing it live, man. And yeah, you know what's crazy about that is doing lives with watches can be dangerous, right? I'm gonna tell you this. I was actually considering that. Now I have a license to carry, right? And I can carry my weapons, which I do carry my weapons out with me when I'm going out. But then I thought about that. I said, man, why put myself in a situation where if they get the jump on me, they got me, they got the watches, I can always replace that. But then I don't want to go through the whole thing of like having to end somebody over a watch, you know what I'm saying? Because they felt a certain way. We're gonna talk about that too. You'll never hear me say I wish somebody would try me. And I think I've said that before, but like really think about it, I don't mean that because I don't want nobody to try me. I don't want to have to exchange blows, cuts, or gunfire over a watch. Blissful ignorance is in the building. What's going on, man? Thank you for being here, sir. I appreciate it. Oscar, thank you for being here. Plus that, and the biggest part about that is I don't have to worry about Lee coming to get me. Lee can't you can't get in my house, bro. You can't get in. You know what I'm saying? We in Trapville, USA. That's where we are right now. And we're gonna get into today. So today's topic, this is no dig at anybody that likes Rolex. There's no dig at people that are Tudor fanboys. If you like Audemar Piguet, if you like the new Omega, which there has been like there's two topics that's been talked about in the past few days that I've seen. And I actually have my computer up right now, and I'm going to talk about a lot of the things that I've seen. And one, I am not discrediting or attacking anybody. I just want to get this out there. This is my disclaimer for this episode. I am not attacking one author of YouTube, one content creator or a watch reviewer, whoever, whatever they title, whatever they consider themselves or want to be referred to as. This is not an attack on them. They're actually, they're needed. You know what I'm saying? Like we need people that's connected to like the Rolex Sky Dweller. I'm looking at that. David SW, right? I see the guy. I got my YouTube stuff pulled up right here. The new Omega Speed Mastery that was covered. I saw at least 7 videos yesterday on that. A Moser. I hardly ever see anything about that. But the thing about it, what I want to talk about today is the people that follow Rolex, Audemar, Audemir, and such watches. Very, very nice watches in the creation thereof, you know, the beginning creation. And we're talking about, I had answered a question. I was in a podcast the other day, or listen to a podcast the other day, and I left a comment. We're talking about Houdinki, but then we were talking about, or they were talking about the new Omega, right? And of course, every watch company, you can say watch grab. I mean, there's a cash grab for all of them. They're going to always come out with something to get your attention so you can spend money so the company can thrive and they can put stuff out. There is in my opinion, there's a fine line, you know, and you think how many companies are really listening to the customer? How many companies are like adjusting fire to appeal to the customer, right? I don't know what goes on in these board meetings and things of that nature. What's up going on? What's going on, Skylar Santana, man? Man, look, hold up, man. Hold up, bro. I just want to pin just hey y'all go check that out, man. Go check his channel. I got it in my tab too, man. Your logo just like for real, man. When I saw it the first time, I thought about Bruce Lee, bro. You know what I'm saying? And Green Hornet. I said, yo, I can get behind, I can stand behind that. And we're gonna talk about that too, man. Skyler, you made a point. I think that's something that we should all do. Those of us that are very enthusiastic, very curious, learning professionals, if you will. And I say that about you, man, easily, because I see what you're doing. I know you always question about, how can I make my channel better? How can I do it? Bro, just keep doing like that. That Santana way. I need you to just keep doing what you're doing. And again, there are a number of channels that I'm looking at right now that I'm subscribed to that I look at, and they're bigger names. They're a lot bigger. And there's an appreciation for what they do. There's appreciation of how they display, how they talk. But then there is a man, I'm not going to pretend like there's not any snobbery when it comes to this stuff, man. I'm not going to pretend like um, chasing these brands are more important. You know what I'm saying? Like, I hear, man, like there's a Rolex video born at least. I think since I've been talking, there's probably a dozen curators or journalists that are reporting on Rolex, Tudor, and Omega right now. I guarantee it. And they're gonna come out. They're gonna come out. And I don't have a problem with that, man. But like I thought about something, y'all. I thought about something. Tell you a story. Years ago, I was what was I think I had just turned 21. Yeah, it was. I just turned 21, right? And we had clubs in Chicago that you could be 18 and go to certain clubs. If you had a full beard, like they don't always, they didn't always card you and stuff. But before I went to the club, I made sure that one, my dress, my outfit, whew, man, that's all I can say. Man, I had to have the creases, the shoes is dope, man. I used to wear a Dob hat up in there, man. Like, you know what? Bernie Mac and Players Club, the way that Dob hat, yeah, that was me walking in the club, man. You couldn't tell me nothing, man. So my cologne was on point. Made sure my breath was fresh. You know what I'm saying? And the watch had to be on point. Aesthetically speaking, I would go out and I know that I worked all week. It's Saturday night. I got about, $200-300 in my pocket. And I know that I'm about to go get me a watch to throw on my wrist to match everything else. And I would go to like those, like we had these stores, I mean, it was a men's warehouse for the hood. And at the very end, before you get to the cash register, there was colognes. You could either do the sample, spray on a little bit, or buy it. They was like $16 for like some cologne. You know what I'm saying? And then they had a watch. Like they had the little rhinestones in the watches. They had all these different watches on leather straps, and which I would always get the leather because I'm going straight to the club. I didn't know how to size a watch at that point, and I didn't want to just draping loosely all over my wrist. So I'll get a watch on a leather strap, sort of like a tank style, because that's what I was going for. You know what I'm saying? And that's what I did. Those people exist still to this day. We have a gas station not too far from me that sell watches, right? And what do you say? How do you sell to somebody like that? How can you tell somebody that's used to spending $25 for a watch that, hey, this watch will work for you? You know what I'm saying? This watch over here, and it's a Rolex, right? It's a Sky Dweller. They gonna look at you like you half out your mind. They're like, man, why would I go and do that? I can buy a fake one. You know what I'm saying? So I just feel like going back to what Skylar was talking about earlier, man. There needs to be like information across the board. I don't, sometimes there's some stuff that I've never heard of. There's watches, I'm gonna tell you this. I didn't know. I did some research. I didn't know Hodinkee was created in 2008. I didn't know they started selling watches until 2012. I did some research because I kind of got, I ain't gonna say I got clowned in the chat. I was like, hey man, I really never heard of Hodinkee until COVID. And like, where were you at? You know what I'm saying? Like, you've been there living in a rock, you're not a true watch collector, blah, blah, blah. And I was like, dude, because I don't know what Hodinkee, I didn't know what Hodinkee, and you don't have to put this in the chat. I just want greetings from Europe. Greetings. Welcome in, everybody. I don't know how many people know about Houdinki. You don't have to put that in the chat. You know what I'm saying? But you're safe here for the most part. And if you put in there, hey, I never heard of Houdinki until yesterday. If you put that in the chat and somebody come for you in the chat, they out of here. And we're not doing that, man. We're gonna keep the greatest energy we possibly can here. What's up, Jay Jones? That's cool. Somebody from Europe is watching. I'm so grateful for you, bro. Your encouragement and support is beyond thanks. Hey, bro. And I saw that you said you working on another video. I'm gonna tell you just like Skylar, bro, because that video you did from the truck was so dope. I was like, ooh, that was nice. The voiceover, that was, and I'm not telling y'all nothing else. If y'all ain't seen it, y'all need to go check it out. Y'all need to go check it out. Nervous levels are getting easier, man. Oh yeah, yeah. Hey, and I need you to stay nervous, man. That we gonna get the best of you, man. When you nervous, that means you care about it, and you're like, man, I don't want to mess this. Yeah, yeah. Keep them jitters, man. Get nervous. Hit record, bro. Give us more. Feed me energy. You know what I'm saying? Um, but anyway, man, let's dive into this real quick, man. Um, going broke for a watch is easy to do. There are a number of people that tune into YouTube and they get behind certain personalities, and whatever they say, they go for it, right? They think the world of these people, and then they consider them like, man, how can I squeeze that in? So this is what I did. I can't speak for anybody else's state. I'm gonna just tell you, I wrote this down earlier. I'm in the state of Indiana, right? And on average, the average person in Indiana, in the entire state of Indiana, makes about $26.78 per hour, right? They say on average, you may see a family make 49,000, right? Top earners, the bare minimum of top earners here in the state of Indiana is $83,000 per year, and can very well go up. We have in certain areas we got a couple millionaires here in the state, right? But on average, top earners is 83K. Now, what that means for on the low end, you're looking at about $30,000 flat, right? They say on the low end about $30,000 flat. But if you go any further with that research, you'll see that you have people here that have to have roommates because they only make 18 to 20,000. The average cost for people to live here in this state is actually down 8% this year. No, it's it's negative 4%. The cost to live in the state of Indiana right now will cost you about $22,500 so dollars per year, right? Now let's put that in perspective of the watches, right? I was looking at the list of what people normally do, and they like to go out to eat, right? They go catch a movie or something like that. But like now, people are doing the streaming services, so you have a cost of that, and then maintenance of your vehicle and car notes, right? At the end of that, man, most of your money's eaten up. For those that are enthusiastic about watches, where do they go? Where do they go? This is real thing. This is for real, for real. Like, what would you recommend? There was a question earlier. Skylar was like, hey, he asked a series of questions, if you could trade in all your watches or something like that for one watch. But like, what if you don't have a watch collection? Because there are some people right now that may have one watch in their collection, which I know a number of people, one watch, digital, either Timex, Casio, right? Or G-Shock. And they want an analog watch. They want it. They just do. Or they have I got a couple of my guys got the Apple Watch because it came with their cell phone. You know what I'm saying? But they really want to watch. First and foremost. Hold on. Wrist check. All right, hold on. Let me get my watch back on, bro. Because I took it off. I started to show without it, but this is what I'm wearing for right now. I'm gonna throw this on right now. And then I'm gonna go through a list of watches that if you are a beginning collector or you're well off into collecting, these are the watches I'm going to show you today are watches that I'm just recommending because these are watches that I've experienced, I've dealt with, I've worn for a while. And as far as the value composition, Yeah, they're gonna be there. Like you'll see, we'll get into it. Uh, y'all. So at one point, I was calling Long Ranger the source, right? But then I had to reconsider that, man. And I said this in another live before, man. Long Ranger is now considered the Oracle. Yeah, that's just what it is. Got one of the best. Oh, Thelonious, what's going on, man? Watch talk round two. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about, man. Yeah, man. Space G. And again, Space, man, I appreciate you becoming a member here, man. It means a lot. Um, and I love the fact that we get to push the needle forward, right? And don't think for one second that this is just a massive amount of people that's doing this. Like I was who channel was I on? The Watch Hangout, and I posted. This is coming off of statistic from last year. I was watching Shop HQ before, and this is well before they got rid of or Invicta actually left. They stated that Invicta is seeing at least 14 million customers per year. 14 million, right? They may have the numbers wrong because I believe that there may be 12 million customers, but Jay Jones make up for the rest of that because he's buying about a million watches per year from Invicta. Just a little fun fact for you. But seriously, um, this is a very niche thing. Following watches, man, because I was watching the episode of the TGV, Urban Gentry, and he referred to, or he was talking about, like the digital age or the smartwatch is like actually right now, last year they reported that it's a $40 billion company, right? Industry. And then you have I see the smiley face coming. Then you have Rolex, which is at is it just over 10 billion or 11? I know like 11, or let's just say 10.5 billion dollars, right? As far as market share, and they hold the very top. They're like 34% of the market share, and then the next one would be Cartier, and then Omega. But that's luxury watches. I'm curious to know, where does Seiko and Citizen fall in that? Now, I talked to a rep over at Citizen. Citizen stated that, yeah, they are in the top percentile as far as the market share when it comes to just like non-traditional Swiss watches. Because you have Miyota Movement, they own them. They own Miyota Movements, right? So everybody, like micro brands are like, speaking of which, and I'm gonna say this, and this is not a fight or anything like this. I think this is one of the best watches at a great value. Great value, man. Like it's so fun to have. He has the same like similar designs as some of the greatest watches that just known to man, right? The greatest watches that are marketed. And it's just such a beautiful watch. And what if you didn't know about Rolex? And don't think for a second, don't think that people like everybody know about Rolex. They don't. They don't. They don't. They don't. They don't. Everybody don't know about Omega. People don't know about APs. They don't know. They just don't. I'm telling you. People don't. And you can say they living under a rock. If they're not, if that like the way they were raised, think about this for a second. Consider this. Now, the way people are raised and what they're familiar with, this family or family could have been just like watches may not have been a thing. It may have been pocket watches or like digital Timex or just Seiko. And that's all they knew. They went to work, they did their thing, they went to school or whatever the case is. They really didn't pay attention. They just knew the watch that was given to them by their grandfather. And then you have COVID. COVID actually sat people down to actually pay attention to all these things. Again, I didn't know about Houdinki until COVID. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's real. Yeah, it's Islander. This is Islander. JJ, he was just short a meal for a meal. I think 14 models per year. Trap 2 million a year. I'm tired of only the speed boys having a day of the week. We need to make Monta Mondays to So Tuesdays, Wise Wednesdays, Foremex Fridays, Morning Saturday. Okay, you said it. Let's do it. I'm going. Hold up, man. I'm on. Somebody. Yeah, hold up. I can go back to that. Hold up, I gotta take my phone out this case. I'm like, hey, bro, hold on. I'm with that. I'm with that. Why can't we? Why can't we? Real talk, bro. Because here's the deal. I will say this, sir. In the realm of Invicta, do you know that they have Magnum Mondays and Venom Fridays? Now they don't have. I don't know of any other days are in that, but you can make whatever. Yeah, why not? That's the thing. That's the thing. And again, I do have a love and passion for the history of watches. I do. It's amazing to hear some of the stories, man, or how like to show a father and son. You know what I'm saying? Like that's dope. Like a father and son create this company, right? Or Omega. I've said this before. Omega, a father starts the company, he dies, he leaves it to his sons. Both of them die, right? And then the family got it, you know. And Omega went through different variations of itself. You know what I'm saying? And when did they become part of Swatch? The 80s or something like that, 85 or something. I have to go back and look at the actual dates, but yeah, man, there's a lot of great things as far as Watch is concerned. But I'm with that Formex Friday. I don't even own a Formex yet, and I want one so bad, and I'm gonna get one. I'm telling you, I'm gonna get that Formex. I'm going to when I go to wind up next year, next because they normally have the wind up during my birthday week in July. So that's when I'm going to get it. That's point blank. Period. Excuse me. Citizen is crushing Seiko. Seiko is acting like the Swiss and the rest of their heads. Man. Citizen is being out with some hot watches. Oh yeah. Luciano, what's going on? Welcome in. Is Leo. I said, yo, what's happening? What's happening? I saw that show y'all did or that y'all was at. Cosplay. That was dope. Hey, Trap. Why don't you do like a happy hour for watching? We can do that. And we can do that. I've actually done that in the past, bro. I've actually done that in the past. I had a panel of people, man. We just had like, man, it's been a while since I did that though. Well, I just had a panel of people. I think that's when I first got StreamYard. I think that's when I first bought the package. I was using free StreamYard, and then I paid for it, stopped paying for it. But yeah, man, we had everybody had their drinks. We sitting back talking. I think it was like one person in there had their cigar, and we were talking watches, scenarios. Man, it was fun, man. I enjoyed that. Heck yeah, we can do that. Regular people do not care about. Oh, I mean, but I mean, bro, think about this though. Houdinki, and I was reading the articles though. I was actually reading the articles of Houdinki and what they've done. I heard that they featured somebody, just some regular collector, and they was like, oh, Houdinki, and that just throws you over the moon. You know what I'm saying? It's like if you're following something, a brand like Houdinki, and they mention it's somebody that you've seen or know personally, of course, that's going to get you excited. And if you're a curator or if you're a author of YouTube of watch content, and you know the person that Houdinki's talking about, or if Houdinki mentions you, that whoever you are on YouTube, of course they're gonna send you into a pet, like not a panic, but you're gonna be like beating your chest, like, yo, they just acknowledged me. And I started this thing off of pure passion. But I got a question for you guys. You guys watch a lot of YouTube as well. I mean, because you're here right now. Of the people that you've watched, um, there's some people that I would say I feel that like they're out of touch now because they're so far up there. It's like you don't understand what's going down. Like, well, it's not even that you don't understand. You don't care what's going on down there because that's not it. You don't want to do the journalism part on watches that are in the $200 mark. You know, case in point, if I type in, hold on, let me do this. I'm about to do this real quick. Best watches under $1,000. Okay, the first one that pops up for me is the Mad Watch Collector. Yes. So yeah, he is incredible watches under 1K euro right now. And Longines is up there. Boom, right there. Oh wow. Hold up, Trap. I don't have any watches. Jay, I hate to put you in timeout, sir. You stop it. Y'all made the news. That's dope, man. I agree with Long Range. Yeah, yeah. Welcome in, everybody. So, fams, lots of watches other than a Rolly that are pretty cool. I've been peeping the Grand Seikos, Cartier de Santos, even into so in blue. And I'm not man. The Grand Seikos have the best dials, as far as I'm concerned. Grand Seiko, and there's another company. Can't think of it. Gosh, why can't I think of the name of this watch company? It's a micro brand, independent. I'll think of it. But yeah, they have some amazing dials. I will tell you something else though. I'll show you this. Seiko, this isn't grand. That cocktail timer. Woo-hoo. This right here, man. This watch right here. This watch right here. Oh yeah, this thing is on fire, man. This watch is super dope. I like this watch, man. Super legible, man. Just crisp, beautiful colorways, man. It's like it screams grandfather. You know what I'm saying? I'm a granddad. You know what I mean? It may scream something else to other people. You know, I mean, it's a really nice dress watch, and it's just, whew, it's oozing. It's just oozing with character. And you can get this watch for let me see what I think the Presage thing. What is it, around 425? I think. I think the highest I've seen them was like five and some change, 525. Just depending on like the number limited stuff. I don't know if this is number limited. This may be number limited. I think it is. But they got different ones. They got the open heart. Those are a little more. I think those are around 600. But Seiko's all. Oh, and then here's the other thing too. And this news came from my man Jake over there, Trifecta. Seiko is not offering. They used to offer up to 30% off of their watches. Now they're just offering the 20%. They're like, nope. And that right there may price. You may miss out. You know. So if you can buy this off of somebody or get it on like going over to eBay, 225, 250, well worth it. Well worth, in my opinion. Automatic movement. And this one comes on the butterfly style clasp. This is a really solid watch for what you're going to pay. And for those that missed out, I stated earlier, I just briefly tell you, I'm in the state of Indiana. The average the top earners start off at 83,000, right? It goes up. We got a couple millionaires here, but on average, but like in my area, the area I'm in, we got about 59,000 people in my area right now. And on average, you're talking about they're going to hit that up to the 83,000 point, right? But then everybody else, they're hitting around 28 to $30,000 cost of living. On average in Indiana, 22,000. How does that equate? You know what I'm saying? Like when you're talking buying watches, because at the end of the year, or like the end of the month, or the end of the week, you may only have what $200 to spend on a watch. If that, you may be impatient. You may, because if you're looking at YouTube, you're like, man, I really want to watch. And for the most part, you have people that like Teddy. He puts out a pretty nice list, and that's somebody that granted, people love going to Teddy's channel. Flat out, he has over 1 million subscribers, man, and he puts out very nice videos. Very nice videos. He gives some very valid information, but everybody is going to go into scrutiny for, I don't care how clean cut you are. I don't care, like, you're going to always be under scrutiny. People going to always discredit you or whatever the case is. I think we could have a pretty decent debate among each other when it comes to watches, as long as you keep it respectful, man. Ben 10, what's happening? Most people just want to purchase a watch under $1,000 and not give about someone else thinks. Wrist check. I'm wearing a Laurier. Oh, Laurier. I don't have my Laurier right now. Yes, I like, man, Laurier is another company that I highly recommend. Highly recommend. Their watches are just they're great, man. They're great watches. Reasonably priced too. I am absolutely addicted to buying watches on AliExpress. Hey, I'm not knocking you. This one came off of AliExpress. It's San Martin. Oh yeah, this is actually my first San Martin, and I had it engraved because I went on a cruise. I had it engraved on the cruise that I went on. And I enjoyed. I enjoyed the cruise, loved it. And this watch, man, is true. That turtle design. And what did I pay for this watch? $119, I think, something. And it's a solid watch. This watch is solid. Right now, I had it tested. You know what I'm saying? I think this thing is like 3 seconds a day fast. Yeah, yeah. And the loom is thick on it too. The loom is really nice on it. It's aligned just right. Get off my face, you know. There you go. Yep, that turtle design, I really dig that, man. And I've shown this the other day too. I had this on. This was my watch of the day, man. That right, that Citizen Eco Drive. That watch. Look at the dot, man. Come on, bro. Fujifilm did that. There's a collaboration between Citizen and Fujifilm. And this watch was at the $200 mark, somewhere around there. Solid watch. I'm addicted to. Oh, hold on. Monk. Right, that Citizen AB1060 with the blue texture dial is very cool. I'll have to try one next time they're doing. Oh yeah, don't. Okay, I missed that one. Man, that dial is fire. Looking at the Snowflake Spring Drive, going to try to get to an AD and peep one out. And that's a good thing too, man. I highly recommend if you guys have an opportunity of going to an AD, don't feel pressured to buy anything. Just go in there and look. You have to go and look. You have to. And it's cool, man. I think it's an enjoyable experience. Can be because you could walk into a AD that may be very judgmental and want you to buy something like right now or get out. I haven't experienced that. I've had some funny reactions before. I walked in with an Invicta piece on, and I was judged. I believe I was judged off of that, and I had my baseball cap on, some jeans, some Jordans on. And it was the way that the guy looked at. He gave me the quick glance. How can I help you? And I said, bro, really? The Invicta community is global. I see them everywhere. Yeah, it's a lot of Invicta collectors out there, man. Tons of them. You've been on Temu buying too many watches. How do you like those? I haven't bought a watch off of Temu yet. I've seen a couple of like, man, if you are a TikToker or consider being a TikToker, buy a Temu watch, post that thing on TikTok, man. That thing flying. That thing gets more attention than Rolex over there on TikTok, man. I'm telling you. Affordable watches are very addictive. Now, Ben 10, and that's the thing too. I want to talk about is it's really your journey though. It's what you consider, because you could be where are you at? Hold up, I gotta watch. Now, I was looking at Tennessee Mike. He has a channel, right? He posted 3 of his favorite micro brand watches, right? And it's all from the same company, Visitor. This was my watch of the day. I had this on the other day. This watch is phenomenal. And I think it is so underrated, man. It is so underrated. It's not talked about when we're talking about micro brand watches. Huh? All right, give me a moment, y'all. Give me a moment. Y'all talk among yourselves, please. Talk among yourselves. right. Oh, Lord have mercy. Okay, sorry about that inconvenience. No, no black eyes, bro. Gotta he's dealing with some family stuff. No, Lee ain't get me. Lee ain't get me. The missus is like, didn't I tell you to sweep that floor? Nah, man. So those that's following us on following my wife on Facebook, Instagram, she had surgery Thursday. So she can't move around like that. And one, I do appreciate, man, a lot of you guys have reached out, texting and the love and stuff like that, man. And then it's crazy, man. Some of you guys even went as far as like sending what was the like the food gift cards and stuff like that to her, man. I appreciate, man, dude, like that means a lot to me, man. You know what I'm saying? Well, y'all don't have to do stuff like that, but I appreciate the love that y'all give, man. So let's pick back up where we left off, because I don't want to lose my train of thought, which I just got super distracted. She's doing better, bro. And yesterday we had the way they put on her. So she had this crazy. So yeah, I can't even tell you what the name of it is, but it's like having carpal tunnel for the feet or the ankle, right? So they had to do like some crazy stuff, cutting. Oh man, it's just makes my whole skin crawl, bro. But a part of the splint that they put on it's almost like a cast, but it's just shaped like a horseshoe or whatever. One part of it was digging into her leg. The way, I guess, with how it dried up, it was more like a little knot. So they had to go in and cut it. Yesterday we had to take her to this thing. So, but yeah, other than that, man, she's doing better. It's healing. We got a cruise in like 3 weeks, and so we got the little knee scooter and wheelchair and stuff like that. So we ready. Yeah, you saw our post. Yeah, 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 yeah. So, where was I? Talking affordable watches. Somebody had posted that you were into the Temu watches and AliExpress, which I know there are a number of YouTubers that do the AliExpress. There are a number of people that's doing the AliExpress, and I'm not even mad. There was a conversation that went something like this. It was criticism, which again, you're not going to be on YouTube. You're not going to be a personality here. You're not going to be a fan of YouTube and put a comment and not have some type of controversial conflict that comes from that. Just impossible. It is highly impossible. So with that said, I had recommended, Islander. Here's another Islander, right? I recommended this, and this was a debate. The debate went like actually on Instagram and YouTube. The debate was that Mark is blatantly ripping off Seiko, right? And here's the thing. If you feel that way, I'm not Mark's lawyer. You know what I'm saying? I've met him before. I think he's a cool guy, but that is a discussion that, if you feel that way, address Mark, send him an email, or even like, hey, bro, I think you're ripping Seiko off. But then in that same vein, there's people that's complaining about Seiko's quality, Seiko's pricing, and stuff like that. So I'm going to say, if you don't like what Seiko's doing, go right here. Go get you a Long Island. Not to drink, an Islander watch. Well, Long Island would be fire too right now. I had a peach Long Island a couple weeks ago at what was that, out there in Trifecta land. Man, Angry Asian. Thanks, Space G. I appreciate that, man. Mark provides what Seiko refused to do, and he is also a Seiko dealer. LOL. Right? That's what I'm saying. Like, you know what I mean? Like the comments. I don't know, man. Like, I just think that people gonna always be controversial. Now, we were talking watches under $1,000. Now, I was talking to my man Dave Deep, right? And granted, you don't have to go over $1,000 to get a phenomenal watch. And if you are one that's just hell bent on having a history and saying, "Hey, I want to watch from a company that has been
known for putting out amazing stuff, and it is world renowned. Citizen. You know what I'm saying? Like if you don't, if you want to spend anywhere from $150 up to, shoot, Citizen got some expensive stuff. Oh, trust and believe. Yeah, it gets up there. It gets up there. But like, where's my Citizen? I just showed you guys a Citizen. I got my hold up. This is one I don't show that often, but integrated bracelet. It's kind of Gerald Genta esque. Got that design pattern and stuff like that. This right here, is this running? Oh yeah, it's running. It needs to be put in the light. I'm gonna have to go put it in. Oh no, she needs some light. I'm gonna have to go put some light on this thing because she was sitting in the dark for a little bit. But this right here, sapphire crystal, eco drive, and it got the regular case back. It's something else that's oozing in gold. Has that design cue that people gravitate to, that 70s kind of design from Gerald Genta, and it's a great watch. I think it's a great everyday piece, in my humble opinion. Let me just put it up to some light real quick because I was looking at it, man. This thing. Oh yeah, you 2 days behind. I'll take care of this one. And the good thing about it is, if your eco drive gets into this position right here, all you gotta do is, man, throw it in the windowsill. That's, man, it's easy peasy. You'll get your flashlight, get your cell phone light, boom. But there are a number of watches, man. Here go. I'm gonna show you a watch that I think that you people will not even consider because they never heard of it. And the only reason I heard about this watch is because of your man Lone Ranger, aka the Oracle, Midu, Multi-Fort. And this watch goes back, man, you talking about historical value? This watch goes back. I mean, go type in Google Midu watches. And this one right here, man, it's an everyday, you know how, what is that? Timex got the weekender. I'll call this a weekender 3-hand movement watch. You got the two crowns on it. One manipulates in the inner turning bezel. But this watch is phenomenal, man. And it still got the Powermatic 80. This one has 20, something I learned is if you have the Powermatic 80 with the 20 less than 25 joules, then that's the one with the plastic tuning fork. This one is 26 joules, 25 joules. So it can be serviced. And it still got this Powermatic 80. So phenomenal watch. I like this watch. This is a great everyday timepiece for me. May not be for you, but it is for me. And you can get this watch well under $600. I mean, come on, bro. The only other watch, let me see where you at. Another piece under that $1,000 mark, Hamilton, man. We're talking historical value. And the bad thing about it, like, it's owned by Swatch, but you know what I'm saying? They bought it out. They couldn't survive past World War II. Historical value. But this is a great everyday piece. Whether, you know what I'm saying? I just like that, the big date. The crown jewel, if you will. Another phenomenal watch, in my humble opinion. I got one here that is it's under 500. It's under $500, man. And bro, you're not, man. In my humble opinion, as far as a dive watch, ain't no comparison. You ain't beating this watch. I'm gonna show you in a second. Temu is okay, not my cup of tea though. Haven't tried Temu either. Its rise is exponential. Yes, space. To me, Temu delivery time for some things is too long. Oh, I'm wearing a 1927 Hamilton. Wow. Wow. Had production in America till 1969. Yeah, man. And unfortunately, man, like they had did so much stuff for the military to where, who else was that? Ball. Ball was the same way. Was doing stuff for the military. They just couldn't, people wasn't buying like that. And our country is being reconstructed, you know what I'm saying, financially. So yeah, Swiss company, Swiss Swatch is actually winning out for the most part. Now they're not beating out Rolex, but for the most part, obtainable watches. There are so many obtainable watches. But there's more and more people, I think, that are tuning in to social media, and you have to give credit to um, COVID for that. COVID had its pros and cons. I learned so much during COVID. There was watch companies that I hadn't heard of, and like fast forward the birth of micro brands, another a brand that they actually just changed their logo. That's the old logo. So now Swiss Watch Company just came out with something new. This is another. The watch is actually in here. I just keep it in this case. This is a watch that when I saw the reviews on this watch, it didn't deter me from getting this because one of the complaints about this watch that I saw before buying was that it was too robust. It was too big. It was too thick. You can't complain about the loom because the loom is crazy, right? Scalloped edges for the bezel. And I forgot what it was. Somebody that ridiculed they didn't like the actual logo. So now they changed the logo. So I mean Christopher Ward. How many times Christopher Ward's changed that logo? Is it 3 times? Somebody please correct me if I'm wrong. I think they've changed their logo 3 times, right? Because they used to have Christopher Ward on one side, like at the was it the like that 9 o'clock or something like that? Then they moved it up. So if I'm mistaken, just I think it is. I think they changed it 3 times, but I know they've changed it. Ball Elgin, Walker. Yeah, 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 yeah. Um, I gotta dig into that one. The Waltham watches. I'm not too familiar with them. I've heard the name. I actually saw a story. It was an article when I went out to Cincinnati. It was an article on them that I briefly read, but I have to do more research on them. None survived past the 60s. That's terrible, man. And you know what's funny? I'm gonna say this. When I was younger, when I was about 18, I think I was about 18 years old, I used to hear my parents complain about things built in America, right? Things built in America had a cost that people weren't, they'd be like, I'm tired of paying this, right? So this is where the Asian market was booming, you know what I'm saying? Made in Hong Kong, made in China, all this stuff you're seeing on your TVs and your little toys and everything. You're seeing all this and for a reasonable price. And the crazy thing is, fast forwarding, all of those complaints about spending all that money, like this stuff is too much, too much. Right now, the American market right now is killing it on Rolex sales, killing it, killing it. Nothing else. In the last few weeks, I've saw those articles on the inflated prices, the cost of that bubble has burst on resellers, those flippers, and I hear some people are celebrating to the high heavens, like, good for you. You were buying these watches at a certain price during COVID. You raised the prices up, and now you stuck with that item. So if you paid $30,000 or $40,000 for the Rolex Daytona, and that watch at one point was going for anywhere from $19,000 to $24,000, just throwing a number out there, they were going for what, $50,000 for this watch, and the technology didn't change for a watch that wasn't considered to be one of Rolex's best watches. They didn't like them at one point, and they became one of the highest commodities. Man, it's funny how time changes stuff. No pun intended. Don Juan in here? What Don Juan at? I ain't seen Don Juan. Hold up, let me go back up. What did I miss? Oh, what's going on, man? How wifey, bro? It's funny, Don Juan, when I was talking to you, we was prepping for her surgery after your wife has got out of surgery, and that surgery got canceled. And just yeah, fast forward, and here we are, made in Japan. Yeah, man, all this stuff, man. So one of the things like one of the takeaways about this live that I want to just leave you with is kudos to those that if you're jumping on like the best watches in the industry. If you type in Google like what's the best watches of 2024, and matter of fact, I'll do it real quick. Hold on. Best, excuse me, best watches in 2024. Well, let's go for good. I mean, majority of the people that watch me are men, so not to leave the ladies out, but I just want to just see. So the first thing that pops up for me, Esquire is the first thing to pop up, and GQ is the next. British GQ, and then who else is it? It's a bunch of YouTube videos. It's a bunch. So let me go to the first one, the Esquire. Just pull it up. I just want to see. Yeah, I don't need to decline. I don't want your cookies. Keep your cookies to yourself. The 48 best watches of 2024. The first, Omega in Space, Speedmaster returns. Holy Grail, Rolex Submariner is up for sale. The new Seiko Prasad Style 60 is so business, bro. the greatest Rolex Submariner. Watch brands from Audemar Piguet to Zenith. Okay. Okay, they got Certina in here. Richard Mille, Rado, Panerai. Okay. All right. Let me click on this real quick. It says the Esquire editors pick their favorite models to suit your favorite budget. Right? They say your favorite budget. The watch world keeps on ticking, according to this journalist. A lot of great new men's watches have released over the past few years, and there's plenty more lined up for 2024 from world famous brands like Rolex, Tag Heuer, and Breitling, to name a few. This is where they're getting to. Let's get into Omega is the first watch that they show. Oh, then they do show Timex. A 1975 Enigma reissue. That's interesting. Definitely has a set. Their bracelet is definitely from the 70s. Doxa is another brand. Resins? I've never heard of them. Let me see. There's a whole lot going on right now. Panerai Bellroy. I've never heard of this watch before. I don't know. I can't speak on it. Creedor, Zenith, Christopher Ward. Okay, cool. Now we're talking watches that you can actually afford. Then they have the Noah X Timex. Noah, I guess a collaboration. Again, I'm not familiar with them. But again, this is from Esquire. And then you have a Rolex Daytona Le Mans. Tag Heuer. Tag Heuer. Tag Heuer. I don't know why I always want to say Heuer. Apologies. Heuer. Nomos. I like Nomos. I like the look of Nomos. I wear Nomos. Let's see here. She's still healing. Hopes this as well. Yeah, man. She in the back, man. Later, actually, we about to do lunch, man. So I'm gonna actually end this here. We've been on for an hour. I know about 10 minutes of that time was taken up, but let's do this. Okay, Tudor's another one. I had a recommendation of having just like I guess a panel for people to come on and just kind of chill out, talk watches and stuff like that, and we could definitely do that. Anybody that's watching this on a replay, anybody that watches my channel going forward, I'm gonna always talk about like your budget friendly watches. There's one that I don't get credit for doing this at all. No sponsorships whatsoever. But Glycine is one of the watches that I have like the company fallen in love with, and this company has its fair share of ups and downs. It's been owned by a number of people over its existence in 1914 when they came out. What's his name? Was it Eugene Milan? Maybe Eugene Milan. I'll go and research, but like it's so much to know. It's so much to know about watches. But the biggest thing is when you're talking about getting your most bang for your buck, for those that like dive watches, I think the only negative about this watch right now that and I'm just taking this out of what I've seen on YouTube, is that it's owned by Invicta, right? And then we're talking the way it fits. It does have a longer lug, like from that lug to lug, you're talking about 50 millimeters, right? How does that transfer over to somebody? I mean, shoot, Dave D, he has, I know his wrist smaller than mine, but he loves the he will rock one of these all day. Just depends on what you like, you know. Um, I got a 7.25 inch wrist. It fits pretty flat on there. This isn't the original bracelet. I didn't like the strap that came on this particular one. This is the golden eye. I did not like the original strap. So I went with that Milanese off of. Can you see through that? I thought you could. Yeah, you can see through that. I can see. I can see y'all. So very comfortable, very sleek, and I bought this bracelet off of Amazon, and I think it just goes with the overall theme of this watch. But this is in this 60 click bezel. I think watches like this, and I will say, let me just do a recap. Your middle, and it's because I guess this is still considered like a dive watch, just with internal bezel. I just think it's like a everyday for me. I really like this watch, and you can get this for a reasonable price. Um, I just did the review on this bad boy, the 1938. And again, for those that question, like, well, why don't they have Loom? Keep in mind, consider this. This watch is a remake. It's a reissue, reimagined, if you will, of the original 1930s, which was a vintage timepiece with the small seconds. It didn't have Loom, and the original Tissot watch was not water resistance whatsoever. This one, you get at least 165 feet out of this one. And this is the original bracelet. If you get the new version, right? They just came out with the new version. They don't have a new small seconds, but they do have the one with it's like a creamy dial with blue accents. It comes with this type of Milanese bracelet as well as a leather strap for 825. Or is it no, is it 875? I think it is. So it's like you paying $50 for the bracelet upgrade. But there are options out here that you guys can actually dive into without spending a whole bunch of money, man. And it's gonna fit the need that you have, man. Like, and you have to ask yourself, what is it that you like most about your watch? What is it that like really grabs you, like as far as a collector? And I can't answer that for you. The talking hands can't answer that for you. You know what I'm saying? Teddy can't. Teddy, again, these guys and gals, can't leave out the women. They give some great information. They very entertaining, knowledgeable people. However, you're spending your money, and you know how much money you got to spend. You going to get a tutor, and if you're like in this area, like I said, if you just got here, I just spoke about what the average cost is. I mean, like the average wage in my area, right? I'm in the state of Indiana, and a tutor may be out of the price range. If you're trying to buy brand new, you may be able to afford it used, but again, what about if you bought it used and you wore it for a year and it broke down on you? What's that gonna cost you? You can be looking at spending what $1,200 getting that thing fixed. And there was a question. Can't remember who you were that asked me the price to repair this watch if you have it. I will say that this does come with a 3-year warranty coming from Tissot, starting off, right? So past that 3 years, if you want to send it to your local AD or repair shop, it varies, man. Like they could charge $75 an hour, $50 an hour. It just depends on your AD or the repair shop that you send it to. And I put that in there too. Like I don't know exact price, and I don't know like exactly what you're trying to do. If you want to send it back to get like, hey, because it's cost certified, how much that's going to cost, I don't know. I will have to find that out for you. I'll talk to my guys over there and find out. I own it to So PRX. I love it. It's well worth my money. I have This is my favorite chronograph of all time so far. The next chronograph I would say that I think that just like blows my socks off um, is the Hamilton. Is the Hamilton. Now I haven't come across a lot of chronographs, outside of like the Daytona and stuff like that. There the Zenith, the oh my gosh, Zenith is another one, but we're talking like that Zenith, that one I was looking at, that sucker's like what, $18,000 or something like that. Mm, nah, bro, I'm good. Yeah, I'm good on that. But this one right here, I think, as far as all the chronographs I have in my collection, is my favorite chronograph that I have right now in my collection. I have a number of chronographs. I got an Invicta chronograph that they came out with, and I wish they'd have made. I wish they'd have made another one. I wish they'd have kept up with that. Man, that was you when you. We mentioned this earlier that there are millions of collectors um, across the planet. There are a lot of people that are buying Invicta timepieces, um, and that I think that was just a failed opportunity there. Where do I have? Where did I watch it? I'm gonna show you. Hold on. I just think it's a phenomenal watch. It's thick. It's a thick beast. Yep, here it go right here. Yeah, Panda. Look at that. That's an Invicta right there. Amazing watch. Amazing watch. Thickums. I think this sucker's like 17 millimeters, 18 millimeters thick. It's the thickums. But I dig it. I dig it so much, man. I just like the way it looks. And I didn't pay. I paid like $137 for this watch, for a chronograph. Yeah, yeah. Beautiful, beautiful timepiece. In my humble opinion. Somebody came in earlier, was talking about their Laurier. I have my Laurier Neptune right here. So like I said, I'm a fan. I'm a fan of what they do. Look at that distortion. Eesh. Yeah. JR, what's going on? I didn't know Trap had Invicta. Get out of here. Oh my gosh, man. Oh man. Oh, you got me on that one. Ooh wee. Yeah, Laurier. I dig Laurier. Everyone be safe. If you're watching football, enjoy the games. If you're buying watches, buy what you like. And F everyone else. Tell me how you really feel, bro. I own it to Soul PRX. I love it. It was well worth the money. I read that one. Oh man. Yeah. Yeah, bro. Yeah. The cowhide strap. Oh, yo. I looked through that. Now that's a company, that's another thing for me. Is if I can buy multiple pieces from a company, man, then you're doing something. You're hitting it. You're doing it right. As far as I'm concerned. I was looking to see what else I had on the table. Um, I haven't sent this back yet. This Nomadic, haven't sent that back yet. I took this over to KWC, which is Kokomo Watch Company, and they are watchmakers. They design their own line of watches, the Time Machine, and I would recommend that you guys go check them out on Facebook or check them out on YouTube. But no, they're not on YouTube. Check them out on Facebook. Go check their website out. Type in Kokomo Watch Company, and Adam absolutely loves Nomadic. Absolutely loves Nomadic. I showed him this watch. He was like, "Oh, that's it." And you know what's crazy for a watchmaker? I've been around them, and it's like, just think about somebody that's all they do every day is work on watches. They see watches come in, they're working on stuff, and he's authorized to work on Swatch and all kind. I mean, the dude he's great, man. He's good at what he does, and when you bring a watch in and he get excited, I was like, okay. So now I know he's feeling that. You know what I'm saying? So Peter in the team over there, Nomadic, you have fans here right here in Indiana of your watch. Really nice timepiece. Hold on, let's get this thing. Let me just shake it. You definitely put your local 80s on the map. I hope they're saluting. Oh man, man, you know what? I'm a firm believer in them, man. Like the thing about it, like my local ADs, like from Trifecta, bro, they take that fear out, or that just like because I can't, man. Honestly, if I go to Moria Jewelers right now, right, if they were open, I like going in there. One, it smells good when you walk in there. Two, they're so friendly. Everybody's super friendly when you go in there. Three, they have watches that when I see on YouTube, I'm like, oh, that's interesting. Ooh, that's expensive. I need to see what the expense is about. I go in there and I was looking at the oh my gosh, what is it? Crap. Oh, they had the white dial Omega, right? And I know they had started fulfilling orders like last month or whatever, but like I went in there to look at it day of when they were mentioning it, and they had, one watch in there, and I was like, this is really nice. Now I like the Omega. I do. Now my love and excitement for it does not reach is some like with some people. Granted, I think it's a dope watch. It's a nice watch. And I've even seen certain people on YouTube say, if you don't have this watch in your collection, then you're not a collector. And I was like, well, I think they were just talking to the passion. They're so passionate about that watch. This is how they feel. You know what I'm saying? It's easy to take certain things personal, but like I said, man, you know, I look at the watches I have. No, I'm a collector. I'm enthusiastic about what I have. I get excited about certain brands. So I get excited about my ADs, man, when I go in. Yeah. So, and one thing about Trifecta, what I love is like they play my videos, man. So when I come in the store and there's people that's there, if I walk in and be like, oh, yo, I know who you are. You Trap, man. I'm subscribed to your channel. I met you or I saw you through, Jake was playing, and I'm looking, I was like, yo, that is awesome. And granted, there was a store down in Florida that was playing my stuff, and I was talking about like the Invicta cruises and stuff. I got word back that like, yo, Trap, man, I learned about you in a store, the Invicta store. They were playing your videos. I was like, really? So yeah, man, I definitely salute the people that that rock with me. But I stand behind their product. I stand behind that product. I think Jake and Mark. I always say Jake, but Mark is there too. Mark helps him out a lot, and he was a professional magician. One of the two, those two guys are amazing. But then the team over at Moria Jewelers, I really dig like the atmosphere, the family vibe of everything. Now, granted, I don't know what they do in their personal lives. I don't get into that part. That's none of my business. None of my business whatsoever. But I definitely do rock with them. Palmer Jewelers and KWC are the same. They're in the same building. Omega guys equal Rolex guys. From a watchmaker. Oh, 10 years? Salute. Jet, salute. Uh can be elitist. They're among as bad as Rolex guys at this point. Oh man. Um, I have seen that. I have felt it. I have witnessed, some of those people. I stay out the way. I stay out the way. I've actually been insulted by a collector, and it was one of those. I had on my Pro Diver Rolex, my my Invicta Pro Diver, and I was in Moria Jewelers, and it wasn't the team. There was somebody there that was rocking his little whatever he had on, and he was looking at Omega. I think he made a purchase, but I was over there, and he looked over me. He was like, "What is that on your wrist?" I said, "Oh, this is Invicta." He said, "Oh, you come in here to buy you a real watch, huh?" I was like, "I got a real watch on my wrist, bro. What you talking about?" He said, "Surely you can't think Invicta's a real watch." I was like, yeah, it has heritage. Yeah, when was Invicta born?" And this guy, He like, when did they come out? What, 90, 91? I said the new Invicta, but you know, Invicta started out in 1837. No, they didn't. I'm not gonna sit here and argue with somebody that I'm like, bro, I collect, bro. So probably a speedy. He now it was crazy. He had on he was buying the speedy, but he had on the James Bond um what'd you call them? Not the speedy, but the Seamaster. And I like that's my favorite, but because like when we where we were engaged in, I said, I'm not even giving you the benefit of the doubt. I'm not gonna tell you that I like your watch. I was like, just look like okay. And my guy, man, it was funny, man. My man Barry, he was there. He looked at me. He just gave me that look like, don't mind this dude, bro. Just I said, man, I ain't tripping. I ain't tripping. You got, you know what I'm saying? It is what it is. But I do want to get an Omega. LOL. Hey, listen. If I'm able to ever get an Omega, ever, right? It's going to be that nine. It's going to be the Speedmaster 1957, or is it 57? And I guess it's based off of 1957. I haven't even researched when that watch, like when its popularity or whatever, because I don't see it. You don't really see that on hold on. Matter of fact, let me go over here real quick and make sure I ain't tripping. Because I've never seen it. Because when you type in Omega, the Speedy always comes up. And I'm pretty sure Teddy's covered this. Omega 57 Speedmaster. Let me see what pops up. Of course, Teddy did cover this. He didn't cover the one I like though. Channel called You're Terrific. Chisholm Hunter covered it. Not the one I like. Randall Rob covered it. There's a number of shorts on it. Oh, Randall Rob. No, Randall Rob covered the one I like, the exact one I like a year ago. But then the next one says people also search affordable icons under $1,000. And guess what is on there? Citizen and Glycine. Boom. Let's go. And that was by Watch Chris, which is a channel that I absolutely enjoy. I like Watch Chris. Oh man, I like watching him. Andrew Morgan is another channel. Andrew Morgan, you know what? Let me tell you this. And I know, and I may be throwing some names out there that you guys may not care for, or whatever, and that's fine. But I watched Andrew Morgan for a few years now, and his wordplay is ridiculous. If he was a rapper, bro, he would be like Eminem, bro. Like this dude, the words, the man, the metaphors, man, all the stuff that oh my gosh. This dude, like, I can care less about the watch he's talking about, but I can feel what he's saying about the watch, man. This dude, I don't think there's nobody else on YouTube that can match him word for word when he's reviewing a watch. Like I don't believe it, man. That dude is crazy. He's a wordsmith. What's going on? Bob Cohen is in the building. Hey Bob, you still 70 years old? Just to pop in, pop out. First quarter, Washington up 7 over Cleveland. Oh, y'all better win that game. I'll get a Rolex Omega when I start making 52 million. Hey, hold on, wait. JR. That one they brought out last year, it was 50. Is that yeah, it was about 50 millimeters. That was a big boy. Yeah, dude. Folks forget that Invicta made minute repeater chronos back in the 80s. Bro, it definitely mass manufactured. But if Hamilton or A Lanka get a pass, then should Jet, you hear the term buy what you like and stuff like that. The only thing, here's my only thing about that is like, yeah, I do agree with that. You know, and we had a couple people say that. I just dislike, I think it's distasteful and a failed opportunity to actually tell the truth about a brand, right? It's easy to dispel the hate of a company. And I've been collecting Invicta since 2014, and I have been to the moon, for the company, and I've been in the depths of hell with the company, like pissed off with certain things, and I'm like, yo, just can we get this? Can we get that? Can we get, you know what I'm saying? And it was one of them things like, okay, the company's not listening to its core collectors. They want to get more collectors in, and there are a number of designs that came out that doesn't speak to me. And those, I was just sharing this last night. Invicta is big enough to continue to put out like the chronographs or bring out some of the stuff that they've done in the past. In a design that people, I think the general public would like. It's fun. It's, you know, is it a challenge? I'd imagine so. In this today's age, you know what I'm saying? Like where we are financially, yeah. But Invicta, I believe this is just my opinion. I think Invicta is like they're a well known enough company to bring out some of these things and take a risk. There's like micro brands or independents that's taking some huge risks. Canopy is a company. If you guys never heard of Canopy, has one model, or actually two models, is one design, right? They took a chance. I don't know where they are right now. Will they survive? Who knows? I'm not sure. Do they have a great product? I got one in my collection, and I that thing is nice. That is a nice watch. I would love to see them come out with something. I pray they come out with something else. Citizen Watch Company. I mean, not Citizen. Cincinnati Watch Company. They they have a number of, huh? You call me? Oh, thought they called me. Trap just needs a thermal glow with a Salida 500. Nuh-uh. Nuh-uh. No, no, nope. Nope. You take that thermal glow back. You take that thermal glow back. No, I don't. You give me a Lupa with that same Salida 500 and we good to go, man. Nope. 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 Mm-mm. Mm-mm. And we about to get up. We've been on for an hour and 26 minutes. Casio G-Shock forever. G-Shock, man, I tell you what, I got a couple Casio sitting right here. Bro, it like what's crazy just for the price, man. Like I'll pay like what $12 for this watch right here. And this sucker right here survived war, multiple bomb strikes. This one right here, this was what I wore on both of my deployments. This bad boy survived 2 deployments right here. That bad boy right there. Yup. Yup. Mm-hmm. I was out cold one day, out cold from a freaking strike, and my watch didn't stop. It didn't hesitate. When I woke up, I looked like, yep, you still. I got a scratch on it too. I got a scratch on at the bottom. You may not be able to see it. I got a scratch to when I fell. So yeah, this one right here, and it's still like I haven't cleaned the band out and nothing like that. It still got like desert sand in it. Yeah, yeah. So I at Casio, God tier. All about the white gold Hamiltons Ventura for me. Check them out sometime. It's a polarizing model. I'm with you. The white gold. I never seen that one. I seen the one with the blue jean strap. Never seen that one. I'll check it out after I cut this live off. Um, I'm a Hamilton, just like what's that? Seiko, not Seiko, but not say. Well, you do have Seiko fanboys, but Tudor fanboys. So how people feel about Tudor, that's how I feel about Hamilton and Glycine. Man, it's just something about those brands, man. That their design language, man. Just oh, if I could speak another language, I would, as far as that's concerned. But I can't. So just know that I'm overhyped about those, and that's it. That is it. Yeah. All right, y'all. I got to go back into caregiver mode. Appreciate you guys tuning in for an hour and a half, even the interruption I had. So thank you so much. Continue to collect your watches, man, the way you do, man. You know what I'm saying? Like don't let nobody tell you nothing else. Don't be deterred. And don't be afraid to try new stuff, man. Hope you guys can get out to an local AD. I will continue to go to ADs and bring you information as much as I possibly can. Unfortunately, I wasn't able to go to the wine. Was it the Warren Worn and Wound Liquor Festival they had yesterday in Moria Jewelers? I wasn't able to make it out there, but I will make my way out there this week. Hopefully, we can go see the Hamilton up there in Trifecta. That'd be stretching. I can't go too far. You know what I'm saying? Just depending on wife's conditions. Um, so yeah, with that being said, thank you guys for watching. Appreciate you watching and subscribing, and all the members. All you guys are great. You're awesome, beautiful people. I love sharing information with people that love the same information I like sharing. So with that being said, y'all be blessed, man. Enjoy the rest of y'all day. Hope y'all teams win today.